This causes a huge markdown, guys. अगर आपकी इंटरव्यू बोरिंग रहेगी ना, जितना आपको बोर हो रहा है उतना हमको भी बोर हो रहा है, और हम तो VNA राउंड ले रहे हैं. We are not concerned with your profile. We just want to see how well you can speak, because how well you speak determines how good a bonding you create with your customer.
Alright leaders, today we're going to understand about the most common interview round, that is voice and accent. This is a communication round. We will understand about VNA with an example from someone who was a senior voice coach for good around 3+ years. So hi Karthik, welcome to our channel. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So our audience wants to know about the voice and accent round, and also many people are applying for the interview rounds and they find difficulty in the communication round. So I want you to put more lights. First, what is the voice and accent round? Second, what you used to train to your students or your employees when you were as a trainer. So can you please tell me what is VNA round?
Right. So first of all, coming down to understand what is the VNA round for. Please understand that the VNA round has nothing to do with your profile, it has nothing to do with your resume. They're only looking at your communication skills. That's about it. We both know that. Now, VNA is nothing but voice and accent. That said, none of the companies require any sort of nationalized accent right now. They're only looking at people who are very neutral. India is one of the neutral accents that we have around the world. So don't try and put on an accent, or don't try and copy anyone, is the first thing that I would tell you. A lot of people lose it because it comes across as a fake accent. You and me have also seen candidates like that. That's one of the major mistakes. The second mistake people commit is mistakes in pronunciation and intonation. Now, there is a small video that me and Bilal have made in that as well. We'll leave the link somewhere on this video. The third most important thing is understanding what is empathy and offering empathy as well. Fourth and most important thing is sentence formation, vocabulary, tenses, which basically boils down to basic grammar.
Yes.
That's one of the major places that I would see common mistakes and common faults as far as VNA round is concerned with respect to the Indian tongue. So, well, like I said, these are the four major important points that you need to look into. If you dwell into detail into each one of them, it will take a whole new video for the entire thing. But just to give you a fair idea, pronunciation, again, for example, let's take the word pronunciation itself. A lot of people say pronunciation or pronunciation. No, it's pronunciation. That's it. Don't try and stress on any particular one syllable too much. When you come down to syllable stress or word stress or letter stress, these are very subjective topics. We are trying to cover this particular video only for people to clear an interview. Shakespeare नहीं बनाना है हमको यहाँ पे. हम आपको सिर्फ एक cheat code दे रहे हैं. So please make sure you work on the topics that we are telling you to. That should help you clear the VNA round.
Okay, so what does the interviewer check in the VNA round?
So, very good question. One of the common mistakes that I highlighted previously as well is with pronunciation. That boils down to mother tongue influence. We have more than 200 languages in India, so people coming across from all kinds of regions, they have different influences of their mother tongue. One of the common mistakes that we have seen, we are providing a link to that video as well. Just work on those, that will help you clear out the interview. The second parameter that you're judged on is grammar. When it comes to grammar, one, we see fluency. Now, when I mean by fluency, I do not mean someone who has a very high rate of speech. In fact, lowering down your rate of speech is one of the key objectives to clearing the VNA round. Okay, please make sure that's an important point you include whenever you're clearing your VNA round. The second most important is to pause wherever necessary. Now, pause stress, again, in between sentences, we are not worried about that. That is too much into detail. But at least pause at the end of a sentence. सामने वाले को ये तो पता चले कि आपने एक सेंटेंस खत्म किया और दूसरा शुरू कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
इतना तो पॉज होना चाहिए. This is the basic mistake that a lot of people don't cover, and this is where they are marked down as well. Again, I repeat, अगर आपने सेंटेंस के बीच में पॉज नहीं किया तो उतना मार्क डाउन नहीं होता है. लेकिन सेंटेंस खत्म करने पे और दूसरा शुरू करने के पहले जरूर एक पॉज होना चाहिए. That is one of the main parameters. The third parameter that we look upon is what we call as in a certain way pronunciation only, but specific sounds of pronunciation. For example, When it comes to the Indian tongue, we have also seen it as a major example. Instead of saying measure, people say measure. Yeah, this is the problem that again we have covered in the video that we have left the link for you as well. The second sound error that people usually make is with the SH sound, that's sh. So instead of saying social, people say social or social. This is one of the errors that you have. How do you rectify that error? There's a small video on that. Look into it, you'll understand what are the positions that you need to hold with your mouth to make sure the pronunciation is right. The third and the fifth and most important thing that in a VNA round that I wouldn't say this is a parameter, we both know it, but people are still judged on that, is whether they open the call with greetings and close the call with greetings or not.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of people speaking very well, but thank yous नहीं है या hello introduction नहीं है ढंग से
इंटरेक्टिव नहीं रहता है.
इंटरेक्टिव नहीं रहता है. This causes a huge markdown, guys. अगर आपकी इंटरव्यू बोरिंग रहेगी ना, जितना आपको बोर हो रहा है उतना हमको भी बोर हो रहा है, और हम तो VNA राउंड ले रहे हैं. We are not concerned with your profile. We just want to see how well you can speak, because how well you speak determines how good a bonding you create with your customer.
Mm-hmm.
It is directly correlational. आप जितना अच्छा बोल सकते हो उतना अच्छा कस्टमर आपके साथ मिंगल करेगा. You might find yourself holding on to the script because the customer wants to talk a lot. उसको
Yes.
दोस्त मिल जाता है, सीनियर सिटीजन रहेगा, अरे मैं अभी यहाँ था, मैं अभी वहाँ था. We both have seen countless examples of that. So yeah, to cut it short, pronunciation, word structure, pause wherever necessary, sh, j, these sounds, focus on them. That's where the major mistakes happen. And please keep your greetings in place. And most importantly, reduce your rate of speech.
Mm-hmm.
This will create wonders in the way you speak. अगर आप एक वीडियो खुद का नॉर्मल रेट ऑफ स्पीच और एक वीडियो स्लो करने के बाद निकाल के देखो, आपको खुद लगेगा the second one sounds better because you can understand yourself.
So understand, guys, this 5 checklist is very important if you are going for your next voice and accent round. So Karthik, I would ask you a few questions which is commonly asked in any voice and accent round. So Karthik, can you please tell me something which is not mentioned in your resume?
Wonderful. Now, this is basically a clear example of where the interviewer wants to know something that is not mentioned in your resume. Very clearly. As an interviewer, even we know that is the only way you can encourage the candidate to speak about something that is not mentioned in that particular resume. That might be totally irrelevant. But is that right? Absolutely not. Why would you want to talk about something that is irrelevant to the job which is not there in your resume, right? I mean, we have also seen, Bilal, that people have put in interests like making videos for YouTube
Mm-hmm.
or creating videos on TikTok as interests on their resume. This creates an understanding for the interviewer that, okay, they have interests that or rather they have things to do if they are not called to work. Rather show your interest in such a way that it correlates to your work. Tell them that I would like to spend time understanding new skills that can help me gain better access and provide better growth to the company that I'm already working in. Indirectly आप ये बता रहे हो कि आप ओवर टाइम करने के लिए तैयार हो, या फिर आप छुट्टी के दिन भी आने तैयार हो, कुछ सीखने मिलेगा आपको. So these are the way you point out those things. Now again, even though the particular interviewer is not interested in your resume, he is interested in your mindset and your character. कि आप एक टीम मेंबर हो या नहीं हो, आप दूसरों के साथ काम करते हो या आपको सोलो ही बैठना अच्छा लगता है. These are kind of tests that psychometric test में ये पूछा जाता है, right, Mr. Bilal? So again, understanding that your character and mindset are not outside your VNA, they are inside your VNA. They will ask you questions like, so describe your day in detail today. He's not interested about how your day goes. What he's interested is what are the activities you're talking about and how you present them.
Correct. How you convey your thoughts.
How you convey your thoughts. For example, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Instead of saying, well, I usually try to wake up by 7 to 7:30 a.m. and go for a short workout, which I finish within 1 hour, and after that I immediately head down to cooking my breakfast and having it. ये simple English हो गया, सामने वाले को समझने जितना भी हो गया, और इसमें आप rate of speech में थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हो, if you're really working on it. Instead, trying to use vocabulary that you've just heard in maybe say a web series or a movie on Netflix, Oh, I usually try to get myself up within the half an hour time range of 7 to 7:30 a.m. After which I go for a short run which includes my cardio. ना भाई कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. इंटरव्यूअर दिग्गज है वीएनए राउंड में, इसीलिए वो तुम्हारा वीएनए राउंड ले रहा है. Keep yourself as simple, as approachable as possible. Most of your customers might not have their first language as English. We also have faced international customers living in US who are of different nationalities. उनको इंग्लिश ही कम समझ में आती है. वैसे सिचुएशन में आपको ज़्यादातर होके सिंपल रखना है. I think that should rate of speech कम करके सिंपल इंग्लिश में बात करोगे तो आधा इंटरव्यू आपका वहीं क्रैक हो गया. I'm telling you this as a VNA trainer.
सो मेन ये है कि आपको न्यूट्रल इंग्लिश रखना है, आपको कुछ भी एक्सेंट नहीं डालना है. Many people they think VNA as a round wherein they have to use a fluent accent or perhaps someone who is talking from US or America. People throw accent.
लोगों को ग्लैमर थ्रो करना अच्छा लगता है, भाई मत करो.
वॉइस एंड एक्सेंट ऐसे सर के सामने डेफिनेटली थ्रो मत करो. अगर आपने उनके सामने एक्सेंट यूज़ किया, दे हैव मोर बेटर एक्सेंट देन योर्स.
प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड गाइस, वीएनए सब मैनेजमेंट लेवल पे ये लोग वो लोग हैं जो क्लाइंट से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं. वो लोग एक्चुअली लोग हैं जो गोरों से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं. सो प्लीज डू नॉट शो एन एक्सेंट टू देम. दैट इज in a way sometimes you could be insulting them as well. So this is a big no-no in any VNA round. Speak the way you normally would to a customer. Make sure you put in your best forward and be polite, be respectful. That is all that is required.
Okay, so next point in the voice and accent, or the most common question which I come across is, which is your memorable day? So can you please tell me which is your memorable day of your life?
Wonderful. जब भी कोई आपको आपके memorable time या कोई भी ऐसे open-ended question सवाल दो, so understand the basic mindset that I need to have is, what aspect of mine can I portray to the company that is relatable to them? So in this aspect, it said, what is the most memorable day of my life? Ideally, if you have already worked for a BPO, सीधा कोई एक कॉल का डिस्क्रिप्शन दो जहाँ पे कस्टमर इतना इरिटेट होके आया था, लेकिन आपने उसको अच्छी तरह से समझा के हंसा बुझा के आपने कॉल रख दिया नीचे. आई एम कीपिंग इट वेरी सिंपल सो यू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको क्या माइंडसेट से बात करना है. हर एक प्रॉब्लम अलग होगा, हर एक कस्टमर अलग होगा. कोई ज़्यादा आयरेट होगा छोटे प्रॉब्लम के लिए, कोई बड़ा प्रॉब्लम लेके भी बहुत पेशेंटली आपसे बात करेगा. दैट डज नॉट मीन ही इज नॉट आयरेटेड. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम लेके कस्टमर जब बहुत फोकस्ड, बहुत कामली आपसे बात कर रहा है, ही हैज़ फेथ इन यू कि आप कुछ अच्छा करोगे उसके लिए. डू नॉट लूज दैट फेथ. सेम वे एक छोटा प्रॉब्लम लेके कस्टमर बहुत ज़्यादा आयरेट होता है. We have seen cases where he spits out comments which are not discussed, which cannot be discussed right now.
In short, we can describe about our last call from the previous company, and we can give them in more detailed manner so as to give the answer to this question, right?
Absolutely. Detail में पूरा describe करो, कैसे कॉल आया था, आपने कैसे ओपन किया, कैसे आपने पैराफ्रेज किया, आपने solution दिया या नहीं दिया. अगर नहीं दिया है, what did you ensure that the customer changed his opinion about the company? Because he did. जब आपने कॉल रखा था, कस्टमर satisfied होकर कॉल रख के गया. आपको पता चलता है. As an agent, we all know when the customer is satisfied or not. So customer को satisfy करने के लिए आपने क्या किया? Respectfully बात की, greeting की, rate of speech कम रखा ताकि सामने वाले को समझ में आया आप क्या बोल रहे हो. The worst thing that a customer wants, again I repeat, in customer service, the worst thing a customer wants is for him to be repeating himself. कि सर मैंने सुना नहीं, आप वापस से बोलो, क्या बोला? Pardon me sir, I could not hear you. That is one. Second is you yourself repeating to the customer. क्यों? क्योंकि आपका रेट ऑफ स्पीच हाई था या आप ढंग से बोल नहीं रहे थे. कस्टमर बोलता है एक्सप्लेन टू मी अगेन प्लीज. दैट इज द वर्स्ट फीलिंग, बिकॉज आप ऑलरेडी कुछ चीज़ों से जूझ रहे हो, ऊपर से आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि सामने वाला क्या बोल रहा है. If this is called a basic communication issue, as a VNA instructor, this is the first thing I want to avoid from my agents or from myself. क्योंकि अगर मैं communication expert होके मैं communicate करने ही successful नहीं हूँ, तो मेरा काम ही खत्म हो गया. So please make sure whatever you're speaking during the VNA round, you communicate in the right way possible. Use simple English, use simple vocabulary as far as possible. एक दूसरा highlight होना चाहिए exercise that me and Bilal have both come across is they will give you certain sentences to read out. Specifically कोई companies का रहता है, अगर आपके पास कोई sentences है तो ठीक है, अगर नहीं दिया जाता है, make sure reading is a part of your daily exercise. There is nothing that beats reading. Me and Bilal have come across a vast array of candidates, right from vernacular medium to people who have studied in convents and who still cannot speak properly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So saying that you've been born and brought up in a certain way gives you exposure. Nah, आपके efforts के ऊपर है. So again, coming down to the main points: rate of speech, greetings, be respectful, and always show empathy, not sympathy. Put yourself in that person's shoes and understand why are they upset. Tell them I absolutely understand how I would be in this place. कस्टमर को रिलेटेबल फील होता है. आप मूवी में जाके मूवी हिट क्यों होती है? क्योंकि आपको लगता है हाँ ये मेरी जिंदगी में हुआ था. दे गिव यू अ फीलिंग ऑफ रिलेशन. दैट्स अबाउट इट. वहीं पे आपको पकड़ लिया, आपका अटेंशन पकड़ लिया. In a world where people are floundered with 30-second, 40-second reels, attention span इतना कम हो चुका है. If you can catch the attention of your interviewer, your job is half done.
एक और कॉमन क्वेश्चन है VNA में. कई बार वॉइस एंड एक्सेंट असेसर आस्क टॉक अबाउट योर फेवरेट कलर और a free speech topic which is highly irrelatable, but still the voice and accent assessor ask what is the mindset behind it and how to answer to that question.
Very good. Now, especially this question जो Mr. Bilal has put up right now. Now, if they ask you to talk about, say, your favorite holiday destination, now, my dad, my hero, common topics जो मैं बता रहा हूँ, these are still fine. You can go into it up. You can form sentences as your thought goes on. But if you talk about my favorite color or my favorite car, you might think, oh, well, you know what, I can talk about it, but you'll be blank suddenly. Why? Because you're bound to think, okay, I need to talk for 3 minutes only about that color. No, you don't need to. If your starting 10 to 30 seconds are impressive enough that you catch the attention of the interviewer, then you can take the topic along with the thoughts wherever it goes.
Correct.
Your favorite color can be the color is because you saw that orange in a Lamborghini. Or your favorite black, maybe a black where you saw in a particular bike. So from that color, you can start talking about bikes or cars also. We are okay with it as long as you can keep our attention. That is a simple funda. कहीं भी attention grab करना है आपको, आपने वो grab कर लिया, वो आपके पास है, then it is upon you as to how you maintain that attention. 3 minutes is not a very long time. I think we can all go through with 3 minutes.
Yes. So the logic behind the question is when you start with the topic, not necessarily you only have to talk on the topic. Just start with the topic and go on talk on anything whatever you can. Just frame right sentences, watch your grammar, and have a proper fluency. The person who is taking your interview should understand your words properly. That is main important point over here. So do not worry if you get any random topic during an interview. At times I have come across this question, क्या पूछेगा इंटरव्यू में, क्या टॉपिक देंगे. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है ये जानने की कि क्या टॉपिक देंगे. इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि आपको ये देखना है कोई भी टॉपिक दे, you just have to start with the topic, gather the information in your mind and convey it properly. So I believe that this is the only thing which a voice and accent assessor can check, right?
Absolutely. So just to give the audience a small example, this is a topic that I had come across. Given my communication skills, the VNA assessor gave me a difficult topic. He said, you have to talk about nothing for the next 3 minutes. Now this is a difficult topic for anyone. To be very honest, even me in that position was a little tense for a while. But I opened the topic saying, well, nothing is something that anyone can talk about. It is basically denoted by the number 0. But the funny fact is that without the number 0, mathematics wouldn't be where it is today. We wouldn't have made scientific advances as well. And we owe this great thanks to Mr. Aryabhatta, who actually discovered the number 0. If you see, within the first 12 to 15 seconds, I've made such a powerful impact of taking nothing to Aryabhatta. Interviewer अभी मेरी बात सुनेगा अगले 1.5 मिनट के लिए. Right, Mr. Bilal?
Correct.
So मैंने कैप्चर कर लिया उसका, फोकस कैप्चर कर लिया. उसके बाद मैं कहाँ वो थॉट्स को लेके जा रहा हूँ, जिस तरीके से मैं सेंटेंस फ्रेम कर रहा हूँ, मेरी फ्लुएंसी उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. 3 minutes will sound very less if you can capture this mindset that I have told you right now. It is about a powerful impact.
Alright, so बहुत कॉमन क्वेश्चन जो हमने पहले वीडियो में भी बात की थी, VNA assessor ये पूछता ही है, what do you understand by empathy and sympathy? So can you give me example of empathy in one sentence and sympathy as well?
Yes, absolutely. So, prime example, you're going to a place of mourning मतलब मैयत का घर जिसे बोलते हैं, वहाँ पे कोई गुजरा है, and if you go to your friend and you tell them, I feel really sorry for you, I hope you're brave, let me know if there is anything. This is an ideal example of sympathy. If you're going to be empathetic with that same person, you're going to go tell them, I can understand how confused, how uh, you know I would say loaded with information you feel, because there's too much happening right now. If there's anything that I can do to help you with that, please let me know. Now, this does not show pure empathy because, again, let's face it, you cannot really put yourself in that person's shoes. When someone loses someone, only they know what the pain they go through. But that attempt to put yourself in that person's shoes and understand what they might be going through, that is empathy. This is the most shortest and easiest way to describe empathy and the difference between sympathy and empathy as well.
Perfect. So I believe we have covered almost everything which is needed for the voice and accent round. And there is one more last question is nothing but a mock call. So in our previous video, we have also covered the mock call. We'll give you the link in the description. Please check out that video. It's a bit long, around 25-30 minutes, but still it has all the possible information which one would need for an interview. So thanks for being with us, Karthik. Have a lovely day ahead, and it is really helpful for our audience too. Guys, if you have any other questions or any doubts, you want any extra information, you can certainly put down in the comment box, and within 24 hours, we will certainly reply to you. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being with us till the end part of the video. Have a lovely day ahead. चलो एक नंबर ये अच्छा था